Okay, so now I'm just going to quickly do as best I can a recording of how to get into a meet, and then what I can do is share one of the videos that I've got recorded of my tutor group meet, for example, and the rules that we have when we do that. So for example, if I go to my calendar here, you can go to your email if you want, and you should have a link in your email to the meet. Take a second to load up. So for example, somewhere here I know I've got a link to say that I'm organising a meet, but I find the easiest thing is here on your calendar, when the time comes for a meet, there I've got my tutor group one for tomorrow morning. I click on it. Here I've just going to do one thing quickly, which is add a file that Mr. Baldwin has sent for the meet this week. So I'll go back to my email, and here we've got week 3 of online learning. Here there's this PowerPoint that Phil has sent, so I'll put it in my drive, and in my Google Drive I've got my tutor group folder for all these bits and bobs that I've got to do in my tutor group. So I stick it here in the tutor group folder, so week 3 of online learning. If I go back to get rid of my email and go back to the calendar here where I've got the event, I've clicked on it in my calendar, I'm going to click on edit event, and here I'm going to add this attachment. Great thing here is if you just added something to Google Drive, you don't have to look for it in my drive and stuff where it's organised, because of course, knowing me, I haven't got any of this organised. But the recent file, there it is. So that's added now, and I'm going to save for only this event. I could have that saved for all following events, but I'm only going to use it in tomorrow's meet. So save for this event, and then I'm going to see that I have this file here ready for me to go. So tomorrow morning what I'll do is I'll come along 9:15, 9 o'clock, a little bit earlier than when it starts, because they will be there waiting. And here, if you click on it, where you've got your edit or your delete or your email all the different guests, or you could copy it into any of your calendars. For example, the tutor group calendar, it's there already. I've copied it into a tutor group calendar. I'm going to click on join Hangouts meet, and first of all you get a screen where camera starts up. Here I am in Forest in Belize. I got on a plane and left Spain as quickly as I could, so I'm in the rainforest doing this. Now here I've got mute for my microphone, and I can turn off my video, for example, if I'm not quite dressed or something yet. So I can turn these off before I enter the meet. And all my tutor group, the rules for them are, they are not to use their camera. So before they come in, they switch off their camera. They are not to use their microphone. So before they come in, they turn off their microphone as well. And then they, and me as well, can join the meet. And at the moment there's nobody else here, so I get a nice big image of myself. As more and more people meet, if they've all got their cameras on, it gets a bit of a disaster, a bit confusing and stuff. What you have to do is down here in the corner where it says more options, change the layout. So automatic, the Google looks at how many different people have got their cameras on, and automatically arranges the window. It's quite handy in question and answers if people start turning on their cameras, because it will show you the cameras of people that are talking and doing things, and it won't show you the cameras that are switched off and the people that are not talking. Or you could have different arrangements, but for my tutor groups and my class and stuff, I just leave it on auto. It's a bit easier. The captions thing is quite interesting because it will Google recognize your voice, and it will try to give captions to everything that you're saying. Works quite well. Sometimes goes terribly wrong, but maybe if people are watching this on a video afterwards, then it helps whilst they're watching the video if they don't understand something that you're saying because they haven't got a very good internet connection. Okay, so captions is one thing that you can use. It's not 100% reliable. Then other things here in the meeting. The record meeting button allows you to record it, and then you get an email link later on so that you can share that in the classroom for anybody that couldn't attend, which I'll show you that in a second. So I'm going to start recording. It's a legal consent thing. So as soon as I click that button, I mentioned to all of my tutor group that I'm recording it and I'll be sharing it. So they need to be in a public place. They mustn't be using their cameras. Only when I say so. The microphone's only when they say so, and I'm recording and we'll be sharing this later. So accept that to say that I'm going to record it. What I haven't told anybody is the fact that I'm using a different program to make this recording. But anyway, it's only me that's in here. So then we've got captions, you can change layout, you can do recording. Okay, I haven't used any of the other settings or anything from here. For controlling the meeting, click on here, you get a list of the people and you can see if they've got their microphone turned on there. When they turn off their microphone, and you can't hear me because my microphone's turned off, but you can hear me because I'm using a different microphone. So I'll just click to turn that back on. The only thing is with Google Meet is everything has a habit of like here down at the bottom, it disappears, and to get that to come back up you have to click on the screen for this to pop up again. Okay, here I can turn off my camera so that they can't see me. I can keep on talking but they're not looking at me, and in the middle button is where I would hang up. So rules for my tutor group are nobody turns on their microphone unless I'm specifically talking to them. So the first thing I do with my tutor group and with the other classes to be nice is go through them one by one and say, okay, Jaime, turn on your microphone. You okay? How you getting on? Happy? Yeah? You not got any big questions or anything really important you want to ask quickly now? No? Okay, fine. Good, great. Turn off your microphone. That way, keeping them under control. And then they turn off the microphone. I explain what I have to explain. I talk about what I have to talk. If they want to ask a question and interrupt, they can use the chat. So the messages, these also get recorded and these get put in a transcript as well that you can share afterwards. But here they can put a message like Mr. H is really pain. And when they send that message, if I'm looking at this screen here, that message will pop up here in the corner so I can see it. And if it's something important, then I can stop and address that question. If they're just being silly, then you can ignore it and just keep a chat every now and again by clicking on the chat, what's going on. Yeah, but I don't have problems with that. And I don't have problems with them being silly either. Not even my year 8 tutor groups. And now finally, when it comes to a complicated thing, like if you really want to go through a PowerPoint or a PDF thing to show them something, then because my windows have disappeared, I'll click on the screen, and in meeting details here, I've got the details and I've got the attachments thing. And for some absurd reason, the attachment that I put there before does not appear. So I'm just wondering why that attachment doesn't appear. That's the one that I had, and this is because for some reason I put that in my personal Meet and it's not yet appeared in the other Meet yet. So there's something a bit weird there. But if I want to share, I want to use this attachment, what I'm going to do is, it should pop up here easily for me to open. Again, it hasn't. So I'll just go to that and open it. And now what I want to do is, I don't want them to see me, I want them to see this PowerPoint. So I'll click on present as soon as it is finished. I don't want to present the entire screen, because if I accidentally click on my emails or something, they're going to be looking at my emails and seeing that. So I click on a window, and I want to share this window. Okay, what you could have opened up is PowerPoint program, okay, or something like that. So I click on share, and now I click on here and I go through this with them in the meeting. Okay, and if I'm afraid I can't switch, or can I? Because I'm using a different display. If I were to switch that other display, I get a little message saying at the bottom saying stop sharing. Okay, and if I click on stop sharing, then they stop seeing it and I go back to the meeting. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how all this has worked out. I'm going to hang up on the meeting, I'm going to stop recording, and I'm going to see if this has worked out or not, because playing with different programs at the same time